Hi, my name is Mike,
And my name is Anthony,
and this is the Soda Pop Culture Club.
where we dive into the things in pop culture that have shaped us, educated us, and sometimes just warped us for better or worse.
Today, we're continuing our series entitled Ethan's Embryo, where we look at three classic Ethan Embry movies, and we call those the three trimesters of Ethan's Embryo. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the main cast in each one of those movies, and we're going to go back and look at some of the films that they may have done, and also discuss their careers as well.
And today's episode is dedicated to Robin Tunney, who you might remember starred as the Lady Bic wielding Deb in Empire Records along with Embry. And today we're going to be looking at her classic movie, The Craft.
Also, stay tuned for additional featured content, including the fizz fight, where Anthony and I will verbally bitch slap each other over something we strongly disagree on. As well, we'll discuss the Big K generic performance of the film.
All right, so let's crack open a bottle and jump right in here. We are talking about Robin Tunney in The Craft, the 1996 horror fantasy teen witch movie that came out that was trying to do what everybody else was doing at the time, the teen horror stuff. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and, Burp Me in the Back over a kitchen knife, whatever films they were making back then. But this was another one for Robin Tunney here. This was the film we picked out for her. This is kind of along the lines of Empire, though, where it was an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
So you got the four, the bitches of Eastwick, they were called in the film. The four, we got Fairuza Balk, Robin Tunney, Nev Campbell, and Rachel True. Also highlighted in that cast, Skeet Ulrich, Christine Taylor, and Brecken Meyer. So pretty solid cast here, I'm going to say.
For the time, that was like the what's going to happen next kind of. Although, when you look at, when you start thinking about teenage casts and you look at history, everyone tries to compare everything to a Brat Pack, from the 80s.
Right.
I don't know if it's quite that level, but it definitely ended up being a pretty good cast.
I think it's safe to say Empire Records did not get to that level.
No, you're right, because we're gonna, like we said, we're doing the embryo, right, and we got a couple more movies to do, and you'll find that the some of the other main actors in that may not have fared as well later in their careers, so we had to.
And honestly, it sucks though, because I loved that cast, and
yeah,
I mean AJ, I thought he was going to have a lot bigger career. He
wasn't bad. Time. He's not bad. He's not bad. But let's get back to the Craft. So let's get back. So Anthony, I know you kind of described what it is, but do you want to give the elevator pitch of the plot? Let us know what it's kind of about here.
Yeah. So, girl moves to town. She's a witch. Doesn't really know it yet. Meets three other witches. She becomes the fourth, so they can really get cracking on shit and start doing some real spells, getting money, dyeing their hair, and then major stuff, making Skeet Ulrich turn into a fucked whack hole with a love spell. But they get together, and Fairuza Balk is kind of wants to be the leader of the group, but she really shouldn't be, because Robin Tunney's the one with the actual power, and they're just all posers, basically. The rest of the group kind of.
Do you think so?
I do.
Anyway, you do, but I mean,
they couldn't do shit until she came along. Yeah, she's the fourth, but she's the one that actually really has the power in the movie.
Yeah. Okay. So. I'm just making sure, because when I watched it, I would agree. It felt like that when you watched the beginning of the movie, right? Mm-hmm. And then, but by the end, you're like, well, Fairuza Balk's the one who's getting the spirit of Manon, the Manon thing inside her. Gives her the gifts of dead sea creatures. So I'm thinking she has power. That's why. But
they do.
Think that's all
at
fake,
the time.
Right?
I it's just like. Then Robin Tunney is like, "Fuck this noise! I'm taking it back."
Oh,
taking it all back.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure, because you're right. That's the impression. That's the impression I had at the beginning of the movie. But by the end of the movie, it almost felt like there were two powerful people and two lesser powerful in the characters by Rachel True and Nev Campbell, Bonnie and Rochelle.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Rochelle is what it is. Those two characters seem to be less powerful, and it was just really between Sarah and Nancy. Like that's kind of how I got the whole picture.
She binded her at the end.
Oh, that's true.
She couldn't do anything.
Yeah, made her.
So I guess maybe the other two were just posers.
Yeah. Now you mentioned she moved in from out of town. I mean, we don't really ever find out what that's all about, but I do say that what's funny is I was watching HGTV the other day.
That is funny.
No, listen. And the house they move into, they're in like California, right? And
yeah.
It's a little bit run down, but I was watching one of those shows where they renovate, and they had a rundown house in California that looked similar to that. It was like a $2.5 million home. So they obviously aren't poor people.
Yeah, I don't think
into a $2 million fixer. It looks like.
I don't think we ever found out what the dad did.
Yeah, something made him move. I don't know what it is.
Her mom passed away. She was a witch. So
when she was born,
maybe she got them rich.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
She was a rich witch.
Maybe she did that spell where she gets money. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of weird that they move in and you're looking at this big fixer home. But I watched the movie a few days ago, and the next day I'm watching TV and I'm like, wow, that looks a lot like the style of home they had. And that's a $2.5 million home today. So that's probably $1 million house then. Just you know what I mean?
And that's what
it makes me think.
And that's what sucks. Like Robin Tunney, if she had known about the power she had and could use them, snaps her fingers, like twitches her nose, and fixes that house right up.
You're right. Like she didn't know she was the lady from Bewitched. She did not know she had those powers at all.
Yes.
But now we look at
she could do an armpit fart and make the toilet gold.
Armpit fart.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I want an MC Hammer toilet. I want it gold.
I want a gold fucking toilet. I want an MC Hammer pants and a gold toilet. Those are two things I need in my life. But that'll leave me. But I want to look at the rest of the cast though. So they're going to a private school. She obviously does have an expensive home, and they have money. We don't know much about Rochelle and Bonnie's background, but Nancy lives in a trailer park. How does she go to this upscale private school? I need an explanation as to how they afford it. How did they put her in that school?
So,
dude, come on.
Again, rich witch. Her mom. It had to be. I don't know.
No, she's not. She's with that dude, and then they don't get any money, because the whole thing.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking. Oh, okay, never mind. You're talking about.
No, I'm talking about Fairuza Balk, Nancy.
I mean,
like, how the fuck does she?
There some kind of assistance program. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There could be, but
maybe that's the school in the area just happened to have a dress code. I mean, it was a Catholic school.
No, that was a private school.
You think?
And no one makes you wear uniforms like that. Like that style of uniform that isn't private.
You don't know. Maybe it was in Utah.
Well, I have a little experience.
Okay, they went to public Catholic school in Utah.
And you don't think it would be public Mormon school in Utah? You think you got the religion wrong? That'd be kind of weird.
Not my movie, bitch.
It was set in California, but hey, you do you, man. They were on the beach. Remember,
set in California.
How did they get to the beach to do their invocations if they're in fucking Utah?
Is it the Utah shores?
Great Salt Lake, man. That's what it is. That is.
But one thing you brought up there as far as the backstory. So yeah, we got more of Robin Tunney's character and Fairuza Balk's. We at least with Nev Campbell, we at least know her issues with her scarring. We don't know exactly what all happened, but then Rochelle, we don't fucking know nothing about her.
Well,
she's off the grid.
I would agree, except for that
she's getting bullied at school. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I was reading around, and I think her character, you really don't know much about her. What her arc is that she had the racist, what's her name? The
Christine Taylor, Bonnie.
Christine Taylor, yeah, Laura, Lizzie, and that's the name of the character, is Laura. She had the racist bothering her, and that's really what made that part sing. You know, it wasn't about anything to do with her previously. So I don't think they really cared to go to depth once they got that part done. Like they didn't really feel it was necessary to say she's from here and does this. You know, they didn't really care about that.
Right, right.
Yeah, unlike Fruza Balk, we had to know a little more. Or her Nancy's character, the Nancy, we had to know a little more about that character because we had to know she's in a trailer park, which, like I said, is contradicting to the where they go to school. But hey, that's how we know she wanted what she wanted: power, money, things like that. So, yeah, definitely.
And Skeet Ulrich just wanted to screw every chick at school.
Well, and here's the thing: not really, because he never, what pissed Sarah off was that he lied about it. You know, not that they actually did it. So, does he really have to have sex with them to?
Yes, he does.
Boost his reputation, or does he just have to say bad things to his friends?
We found out later he screwed Nancy. So
yeah,
his personal tastes, I would say, waver. I think he's trying to nail every chick in the school. New girl comes. So I gotta order that. I haven't seen that on the menu before. That's his MO.
Yeah, I get you. Definitely.
You can come watch me at football practice. Who the fuck says that?
You know, but here's the thing. She went and fucking watched. I mean, it's fucking stupid.
She did.
And that's where the bitches of Eastwick came and got her and whisked her away.
Chicks dig assholes.
Yeah, I wasn't a big enough one back then.
You're getting there, don't worry.
Oh, am I there? I mean, yeah.
I could be. I am proud of the strides you've made.
So, couple, you talk about that. Do you think this had some of those typical just moved in first day of school tropes, like the walking down the hall? You know, how many movies have you seen where it's a high school movie where they walk down the hall and you see the reactions of people the first day?
More than I could count.
Yeah, you have that.
How many movies have I seen that don't have that? Would be easier.
Yeah, that's in high school. You're right. I don't know how many. Even fucking Spider-Man, which it really isn't about his high school. He has hallway scenes like in high school, like walking down the hallway and people reacting to him. So really, really weird. You know, hallway scenes in every high school movie. I guess you got to have it. Got to see the cliques and how they react to people. Yeah, he's a dick. He's awful. She's great. Oh, she's hot. You know, it's like a meat market. You're walking down the hall, like
really is.
The meat market's open. Yeah,
it's like it's like a fashion show in like Bangkok.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to ask you that because that was one of the notes I had here because I thought, man, that just felt so, I don't know, just so weird. You know, like
cheesy.
Like I've watched every movie in this first
cheesy and overdone. Yep.
Yeah, cheesy and overdone. Like, yeah, I guess that may come up again then, right? let's put it that way.
Yep.
So let's see, what else do we got here? And there's another thing I have a note. I don't know why. I must have heard something, but I have a note about the soundtrack. You know how we talked about Empire Records and the soundtrack being so closely aligned with it. I feel this movie similarly, but I think movies of that time, but similarly had that same thing. It had a soundtrack that I think was pretty good.
Our Lady Peace, Sponge, Letters to Cleo, Matthew Sweet, Jewel.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and you're skipping over
on there. I'm not skipping over, just throwing some out there.
The song of the movie that How Soon Is Now, which was remade by Love Spit Love, is like a main one in that movie, and it ended up being used as the music for the show that's kind of the kindred spirit of this show, The Charmed. Ended up being the music for that, and so I found that to be an interesting connection. But that song is like, if you look back, it's in so many movies. If you were to look up that song is in so many fucking movies. But at least it was redone here. It wasn't just the Smiths version. Just let's do the same. Space Hog. What the heck are they doing on here? Tripping Daisy.
They're making money and pumping up the movie.
Jewel was on here before she was big. Yeah,
you listen to me. I already said that.
I know. You know what I don't do? I don't fucking listen to you.
She was big back then.
Did you see that? You said Letters to Cleo. Did you see who wrote that song? Oh, you probably not.
No.
Rick Ocasek of the Cars. Think about that.
Oh.
Guy's good.
That's interesting.
He died last year.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we lost him, and he's an immense talent. He was in so many movies when you think about it with his music too. Most famously, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was in his music was in that one. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah,
Sorry.
get back because then you're going to get me on a tangent talking about the table read for Fast Times. It's out right now.
I have not watched that yet,
Oh
but
God, get on YouTube because somebody edited out all of the Shia LaBeouf scenes, so you can just watch those.
is it better that way, or is it?
Have you seen any of it?
No.
He's stoned through it. He's sitting there getting high while he's doing it, playing
Oh well,
Spicoli. It's fucking awesome.
That's freaking amazing. It's probably the best way to do it. I don't know how you could play Spicoli and not be like super high. Like super high. That's just how it is.
I'd much rather him do that kind of method acting than his last job with the whole body tattoo.
No, yeah. Well, he's
for a movie people didn't care for that much.
Yeah. So I do want to get back to the craft. Okay, so what we know about the craft is when they meet, then all of a sudden, like you said earlier, she's the key to their power, right?
Yes.
So, and the one thing we've learned, we got this montage of scenes, and I think it set up everything that everybody wanted for the most part. We saw Sarah with Skeet Ulrich's character. What's his fucking name? Chris. Sarah wants Chris. We saw Bonnie in the hospital and them treating her scars with the little needle. Looked very fucking painful, by the way.
Yeah.
And
it sounded painful.
Yeah.
That scream at the end.
Yeah, it was curdling. She had think about it this way. If she never went anywhere, I bet her scream would have been in so many movies, regardless. So there you go.
It was a good one. I wonder if
she ended up being in Scream, right?
Yes, she did. There you
go.
So
there you go.
Art imitating life.
Yeah.
You almost wonder if that was really her scream, because I actually bet it wasn't, but I would have to check that out because a lot of people can't fucking scream like that.
Yeah, as a scream work is a thing. That's why I said if you can do something like that well, you'll have a job forever because you can be in your scream can be in cartoons. Yep. It can be in absolutely, and it can put you over people. Now Rochelle, the Rachel True, Rochelle's character, we saw her get hazed by Laura Lizzie, Christine Taylor's character, for being black, just straight up fucking racism.
Oh God, yeah.
I wonder when she's going to put her hood on and then invite over her friends to do this with her. But that's what she did. She's straight up fucking racism.
So far in this movie, we've got blatant racism, slut shaming, attempted rape that comes later. So it's kind of covering all of the bases, I guess, as far as what the hell are you putting in that movie? That doesn't fly that well today.
No, it doesn't. Now, the last character, and I want to get her last, was Nancy. Because like I said, we learned that she lived in a fucking trailer park, and then that's why she went. And basically, her thing that she wanted was money, and she wanted fucking power, and they try to get it. So one of the places they go, as you saw in the movie, is they go to that fucking store, and they buy all that shit, and then they go back and they do the witch lady that has the room. They won't. Yeah,
you can't go behind that curtain.
Go behind that fucking curtain, which you know what? Now we see why. Once they fucking went back there,
there was good reason behind it. You would think she would have covered that with a little more than a curtain, but
I mean, you know what? Back there is a death portal, and it's just covered by a sheet. Don't step on it.
How the hell do you? I mean, where's the building inspector? That's not up to code.
Maybe she owns the building.
How does nobody pick up on that?
When somebody comes inspect store, I'm sorry, you can't go.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that wasn't there when she leased the building. So,
no, she made it.
Goodness. So you want to know something though? Actually, I did want just as you're talking about Nancy here, something really funny because there was another witch movie called Little Witches, which was also out in '96.
I don't remember that one.
Check that out when you get a chance, because the funniest thing is I've always seen the cover of the movie has this girl on it. And forever I thought it was Fairuza Balk. I'm like, she made another witch movie at the same time. What the hell? Swear to God, I always see the cover of that movie and always think it's Fairuza Balk.
You're right. I just looked up
It's nuts.
I just Wikipedia that, and it looks just like
I always
her.
thought that was her, and it's not.
But what it is it's somebody's straight ripoff. It looks like schoolgirls and witches. I mean, I don't know if it's a straight ripoff, but it looks too fucking adjacent not to be on purpose. Yeah, yeah. But it was it. That was the end thing. You got to remember, making these style of movies at some point, a counterculture movie, as I like to call that. So let's see here. Now you got me off my fucking.
Yeah, back to Nancy.
Yeah, back to fucking Nancy.
Yeah.
But no, she wishes for money and power. So they go to the bookstore. They find some books that help them how to do all this shit, and then they each go out and they do that. What's that thing where they call? They're standing in the four corners and they call for their shit,
Yep.
And then they each try for it. And the only one that looks like it works for right away is Sarah, because all Sarah wanted to do was the dumbest thing. Because I don't think we talked about that one. Was the dumbest thing. She wanted to date Chris Hooker, Skeet Ulrich's character. That's what she wanted, him to like her, even though he treated her like a piece of shit.
Yep.
So
chicks dig assholes.
That's it. It's the worst fucking.
This movie epitomizes that.
And that's why when
that should be the subtitle of the movie, The Craft. Chicks dig assholes.
So the thing you got to ask yourself is, you're supposed to identify with the Robin Tunney character as more innocent, but at the same time, the reasons she wants things to me are less realistic than, say, Nancy. Nancy has real needs, has real wants because of her station in life and how she's probably been treated because of that. Same with Bonnie because of her scars.
Yep.
Same with Rochelle because of the racism. They have real needs, real wants, real problems, and Sarah just wants to date a boy.
Chris to like her.
Yeah, wants to date a boy.
Now, as far as them getting everything too, Nancy. Yep. Okay, everything happens. The stepdad dies. Insurance policy.
Oh yeah.
Now, how much did they get from that insurance policy?
$175,000 fucking dollars. What the fuck?
$175,000. So this ain't like you just won Powerball. You won $175,000. What do you immediately do? You get a fucking penthouse, a jukebox. You probably spent half of your money already on your first month's rent with all the shit that you bought.
And a Mustang.
And a Mustang.
And whatever else she's just throwing
and a jukebox
around.
that only plays Connie Francis records.
That's a bad idea.
Like, this is why people need financial advisors when they go from no money to a lot of money, because they just went fucking Allen Iverson.
But that wasn't a lot of money. That wasn't even a lot of money then when you think about how much it is. I mean, I think it's probably
1996. So, I mean, yeah, it's
still not a lot of money.
To them, it is.
I mean, now it definitely wouldn't be, but back then it was a lot, but it wasn't like, I don't think even then it was life-changing. You know what I mean? Like to where you could change your station.
Well, no, it's life-changing for a couple of months, the way they spent it.
Yeah. They're on a bender. They're on a financial bender.
Maybe she just doesn't care. Well, her mom's the one blowing all that money. Assumedly,
she blew the most. That penthouse was more than a Mustang.
Maybe she's just assuming, I'll do another spell, get more money. I don't know.
Or thought that the spell would continue to deliver, knowing, you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking about that. Did she just think, or maybe there's something we don't see. Maybe more money did come in because she wanted all the money and power, remember? So maybe there's more and we only saw the one, and there's other bullshit that because I'm telling you, $175,000 is not buying you a penthouse corner apartment with multiple bedrooms and a view.
No shit.
Not happening. I was like, man, fuck, hey, I need that.
I give them 3 months and they're destitute again.
3 months and they're on the street or living in their fucking Mustang because they probably paid cash for the Mustang.
Probably.
The only thing they'll own is a Connie Francis jukebox and a Mustang.
You ain't fitting that jukebox in the Mustang either, so.
Yeah. Now I want to go back to Chris, Skeet Ulrich's character. I in a way felt sorry for his character and how they treated him with how that spell affected him. You know what I mean? There's a point where yeah, he was a piece of shit for what he did, but then there's a point where your cruelty is going a little farther, you know? You've now fundamentally changed this person into something he wasn't before, you know? He wasn't a stalking, raging rape monster. He was just a piece of shit who wanted to sleep with everything. You know what I
Right.
mean? I felt a little sorry for his character, and I felt they were a little cruel with how that whole thing ended up happening. And he, ends up flying out a fucking window.
Yeah.
I just felt that he was dealt a bad hand in this movie. He was dealt
You
a
know what?
bad hand.
I think he's made some bad life choices leading up to that. So
Yeah.
it's up to you if you think it was deservedly so or not. Maybe not getting thrown out of the window, but yeah, I guess they could have worked a spell to give him crabs or something instead.
Yeah,
But then he just would have passed that to everybody else too. So I guess maybe not.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say I feel that, but I feel when we look at the things that they asked for, like Rachel True's character Rochelle, making Laura's hair fall out and having a horrible time. I felt Laura deserved that more than Chris deserved what ended up happening to him. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it wasn't balanced at all.
That bitch deserved all of
she
that.
deserved every bit of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I felt she deserved what she got more, and I felt that Chris it was a raw deal. I don't think he should have died. You're right. Maybe had herpes or something, but not dead.
Not dead.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Don't
it's just
dead,
not cool.
dude. You know, it's funny too, though. So you look at that with Skeet Ulrich's character because Scream also came out in '96 with him and Nev Campbell as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that maybe it's some bad juju from his Scream character. It's just carrying over because he was a psychopath in that.
Being a psychopath is always
trying to get laid with one girl that we know of.
That we know of. You're right. There's a little bit carryover, and that's what I was going to get back to on his whole rape scene or attempted rape. Yeah, but think about this. Was it really his fault? He was.
Wait a second.
A spell was on him.
You know what? I know what you're saying. A spell was on him, but I also do not want to open that door of was it really his fault?
No.
I know.
He didn't deserve.
No,
I
know.
Deserve what he did.
I know.
However, did she play a role in putting him into the mental instability to feeling that's the only way he could have her when he desires her so much?
Yeah, but what's really weird about that, if you actually step back and you could actually put that spin on it and say they're actually showing an attempted rape where it's not his fault.
That's it is. And that's why I'm mentioning it. It is weird. It's like you step back from that and you're like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, he's trying to rape her, but he would never have gone that far. Before, he just would have ignored her and kept the rumor up, right? He would never have given her another chance. I don't think.
I don't know if we actually know the answer to that. Because immediately, his first date, come on, my parents aren't home. Let's go.
Yeah, well, maybe. But we don't know that.
Okay, I'm just going to call pissed off. That's so, yeah.
But they called him a piece of shit. No one ever said he was a rapist. So I feel that like she's kind of responsible for the shit that happens to her from him. And I think I personally think maybe we're supposed to feel that way because remember the lady in the store said, whatever you put out there
comes back tenfold.
Comes back. So maybe that was it coming back. Yeah, threefold, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like 10 with some of the stuff that happened. Chris goes out the window.
So, like we said, we got a few segments we want to do. So I think we should pull one out here. I think one of the segments we can do is our 6-pack. Basically, we're going to pop open a 6-pack. And in that 6-pack, we're going to have, each of us are going to find 3 things that we liked about the movie. Like basically 3 high points, if you want to call it that, however you like. Why don't you go first? Tell me something that when you watch this movie, it's one of the things you look forward to or you enjoy.
I will say overall, because I did really enjoy The Craft when it came out, but that's, all the teen horror movies at that time, Scream, like I said, I Know What You Did Last Summer, things like that. Like that was kind of in my wheelhouse. Loved all those movies. Yeah. The Craft, I would say one thing that stands out to me that I like about it is the actual, in a very screwed up way with how everything turns out, but the whole girl power aspect, having the female power in that. So I think that was a good thing for the movie.
Yeah, I get it. Like four female leads, really no male leads. I mean, you could say Skeet Ulrich's character is a lead, but he's not really. He's just more of he's a plot device to have a reason to torture someone. That's really what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it was like watching Spice World with witches. So
yeah,
it's good.
In my 6-pack, my one of my favorite things is the scene after Bonnie's scars clear up, and then she comes into the classroom letting her puppies hang out. I think that's a high point in the movie because at that point we find out that maybe she's not the shy person we thought, and she's really just the slut she always wanted to be. Finally, I don't know what it is because she just came in like popping them out
because she wanted the attention.
And looking at guys' asses and saying, "Oh, nice ass," like the whole. Yeah. After that, I mean, the whole thing, like she's a different person. Like her tits out made her attitude out. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's my first on the 6-pack. What's your second?
I gotta follow that up real quick though, just to say that scene always grossed me out. I don't even like watching it when they're
what? Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of why I think
just it's even good. Though when they're peeling off the skin and stuff. And
oh, you mean that part? I thought you meant the tits. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I can see how tits could gross you out. but no, you're right.
No, just yours.
Yeah, just mine.
Just yours.
Yeah, the skin thing. You're right. But the first one did. The second one where they show it peeling off. I think there's something satisfying about watching something peel off correctly and be nice and neat and new underneath. I don't know. It feels like there's something satisfying mentally about that, knowing that things are better underneath.
I
whatever.
Wherever you're going with this, just stop.
Stop. Like when you take a scab off and you see underneath that it's now healed. Whatever. I'm just saying, you have this satisfying. I don't even want to get. You know what? Go away. Go away.
You want to finish the show by yourself? Go for it.
Okay, now you go with your next. Pop open your next can of the 6-pack, man. Show me what's up.
My one of my other favorite things about this movie is actually the basis of this episode, Robin Tunney.
Yes,
Robin Tunney, hot, and back then I'm like, that was one of my crushes at the time.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. This explains so much why you wanted to do this.
No.
Okay, this explains so much more.
It's we go from Empire Records, where she's bald and angsty and an asshole, to then to see her with hair in the next movie, and it's like she's hot. All right,
and you know what? That's not her real hair, though. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay,
but still,
she had hair, so cute. No, I get it. And then, to see where her career went, she actually has a decent career. Spent a lot of years on The Mentalist, which I think is great. And she did another show, Prison Break, I guess, is another one she did. So she's had a fairly good run of doing some good television, not just film. I personally, I told you
that's one of my favorite parts of the movie is actually her as that character.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean not just Robin Tunney's hot, but I mean, I enjoyed her as her character.
Yeah, it's different. It definitely did. Other than the slashing her wrist, there was not much similar between Deb and her. I don't think. I think they had different interests. I don't think Deb would ever want to go out with a football player ever.
Oh God, no.
But they both wanted to kill themselves. That's the only thing they had in common. It's so fucked up.
I think, but I will tell you though, I would love to see Deb attend that school.
Which she would be in the Bitches of Eastwick.
That would be great. No,
but I don't think
she's not about clicks.
No, she'd be like, "Fuck off."
But I'd love to give them I'd love to see her at that school.
Yeah, she'd give them buttons that said something that explained their character. The random buttons that explain their character. Like
yes, rapist, racist.
Yeah. Hi, here's your racist button. Should wear it so everybody knows. So my number 2 thing on this movie, I I like so much about this fucking movie. Actually, sorry. Actually, I don't.
You're sad to admit it, aren't you?
Well, there are things that I watched. I had to watch it again, and I had to watch it with my wife, who really loves it. So when I turn it on, she's like gravitates to me when I'm watching it. So, but what I like actually is, and this is like a love hate thing. Actually, I want to put it out there, but I want to put the love side out. Is Fairuza Balk, and she plays crazy. That's just it. She plays crazy really well. And I think in this movie, she played crazy well. Like, she looks like somebody I would be scared of, just in general, with her attitudes and how she walks.
Bitch.
Yeah, like that. Or she fucking, like, at the end, I mean, screaming and, like, she has whatever that crazy thing is. She's got the it factor for crazy. And that's one of the things I like about this movie.
She puts the it in witch.
Yes, she puts the it in witch. You're right. And she takes the W off and puts the B in front of it real well.
As far as we know, Chris puts the itch in witch. So
you know what? He got one. I don't know. Maybe he got Rochelle and Bonnie, and we don't, probably not Bonnie, but definitely Rochelle. Probably, that's probably one of the things that we don't know about. Maybe. Like maybe he slept with two of the three.
We don't know.
We don't know, but we know he wanted to. I'm sure that we do know.
I bet he nailed Lizzie though.
Oh yeah.
Had to.
Laura Lizzie. That's he's been with that one. That's true. That's truly true. He's been with that one. But no, Fairuza Balk played crazy well. Even at the end, when she's in the hospital thing, crazy. Playing it well. She does that well. So she plays crazy well. That's my number 2. What is your number 3?
My third one is actually what you just said, you dickhead.
Oh, so you I
Fairuza
stole
Fairuza Balk.
So we now have a 5-pack, or we're sharing the 2 cans of cola together. I can always come up with something else.
Oh God, backwash. No. We'll just make that into a tall boy. How about that?
Yeah. We'll say we brought a 6-pack of bottles, and one was already out.
Yeah, we drank one on the way. Fairuza Balk for me.
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
mean, she's had some interesting roles throughout her career.
American History X.
Yes.
Yeah, it comes to mind for me
the
right away.
The Water Boy.
Yeah, the Water Boy. Yeah, the Water Boy.
But The Craft, that was, like you said, that was some good crazy there.
Do you think that's her best performance ever? When you look at her career, like
that's hard
she doesn't have much.
But you already mentioned American History X, and there's some damn good performances in that movie.
Yeah, but when you think of a Fairuza Balk movie, and you say this is what I expect from it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that you look at? Like, because when I look back at the movies that I see in here,
I would say
The Craft is
yes. Throughout the bulk of her career, I would say that The Craft would be it for me. Yeah, I mean, it's a leading role that she played the hell out of.
Yes, I would agree, and she did a great job. So you know what? We both agree on that. So I want to go up to the next thing. My last can or bottle, whatever.
Actually, let me give, just since you stole mine, one other one I will give. Actually, one of my favorite things, though, is Christina Taylor losing her hair.
Yeah.
Because that was, like we talked about, that actually was a good punishment for that. Actually, I think it should have been worse, but that was a good punishment for her being a racist piece of shit.
But you remember how the spell worked was it would not fall out if she wasn't a racist piece of shit. Remember? Like if she didn't pick on people or have racist thoughts.
If she had left Rochelle alone, she had been fine.
Her hair would have stayed in. So it obviously goes to what she's thinking as well. So she may not have been saying much anymore, but she's obviously thinking.
No, it started. Remember, she was trying to do a dive and the bitch yells shark.
Yeah. And
Oh, no,
fucked
wait,
her
that
up.
was before.
No, but she
did,
tried.
but yeah. And then
Yeah.
perfect dive, though, when her hair started falling out.
And the coach said, "Shut up, Laura." And then she dove. Remember, the coach told her to shut up and leave it. And then so
that was something I liked, that scene. Or that
yeah,
part.
definitely. Because but like we said, I think it goes to say that maybe she didn't say much after that, but definitely she was thinking it because her hair kept coming out. so she just couldn't change who she was. That's all I'm going to say about that character. She was baked in what she is.
Yeah.
Not
I think it'd been cool if her hair came out, but then hair started growing in other places.
That would have been interesting.
How about that? Little goatee coming into school the next day. Can't shave off.
All of a sudden, this becomes Teen Wolf,
right?
The female version. I don't even know what that's called. Is that a wolf? I mean, yeah, it is a wolf, but
yes,
is it a werewolf? I don't know if they have a different name for female werewolves. No, but anyways,
that's for another episode.
Yeah, Teen Wolf female episode. Yeah, that would have definitely been. That would have been interesting. It would have been a great spinoff, right? We could have had a spinoff. We missed an opportunity.
Oh no! The spinoff I would want to see is Tween Wolf.
What's that?
That would be the next Teen Wolf I want to see.
Oh, Tween Wolf, like and doesn't understand the changes going on with his body.
Right.
There you go. You got it, man.
I'm growing hair. I'm starting to listen to K-pop. What the hell's going on with me?
You just like good music.
Jesus, here we go.
So the last one we're gonna pop open, last canon, really is not anything in the movie per se, but it's about the movie. Is that this movie at the time became the ultimate sleepover movie for girls? Like they would rent the movie, sleep over, watch the movie, probably identify with the characters and feel like they could be one of them. Like this, I like how it gave a lot of people that feeling, like they're like part of whatever that is. Like they would watch it and feel that they could be with their friends, and their group of friends felt a lot close, like they were. I think I don't know. Here, the part where they spin off the rails at the end of the movie, I don't think that's the kumbaya they're looking for. But definitely, I think it was an ultimate sleepover movie where girls hung out and talked about what they saw in the movie and everything. I think that's. I was never part of that because I was a little older and I'm not a girl. So, but I'm glad that they had that.
Let that be the lesson to girls out there watching that movie back then. Don't bond over Wiccan.
Witchcraft, Wiccan rituals. Well, you never know. Maybe you grew up in a Wiccan household and you're okay.
It's not going to end well.
Well, yeah, you might end up.
Politics get in the way and
snakes.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, snakes definitely. And you know what? I know I'm going to derail a little bit here, but
and then hormones too on top of it because one person gets their period. Off,
Yeah, I mean, nothing's ever perfect. But I want to go back. I forgot to ask you about this. The fucking guy with the snake at the beginning of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Did we only see that guy so that he could get hit by a car and they feel like they made it happen?
I'm assuming, which that was, I don't want to say forced, but didn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just, I thought about the snakes and the bugs and the shit, and I was thinking, that fucking guy with the snake, he is a dumbass, and he did come into their house. It was kind of strange, but...
Yeah, I think there's definitely, that could have been done away with, and there could have been a different way to do that altogether for them to come together.
Like a limb falling, and then making it move, or, like some other... Yeah. There could have been something else. So anyways... We've gone through all of our six-pack. Now it's time for the Big K generic cola moment of the movie. Do you have one? Do you have a moment in this movie where you're like, man, I love this movie, but there's just one thing that bothers me?
Other than the clothes?
Oh, well, the clothes don't bother me, man. I lived that. That's the 90s.
Oh, God, no. No, I meant the school uniforms.
Oh, well, that's what that school uniforms look like. I mean, at that point, you got to hate that about how many movies? You got Cruel Intentions. You got Clueless had that, I think. In it. You got
no, they didn't. Clueless didn't. Cruel Intentions, no, that was different.
Yeah. Well, it's private school.
Yeah, but they knew how to
Harry Potter.
Harry fucking Potter. Yeah,
I mean, man, we got naming movies with
little
fucking
different.
yeah,
a little different. Oh god,
I think this helped give rise to popularity of movies like you said, like the Scream and the Harry Potter, the magic movies. I think this was the precursor of that and what helped springboard all that.
you think
Because
so?
before this, there wasn't much. What how there was nothing like this before this movie came out. In my opinion, I don't
You had
think there.
Scream coming out the same year.
But not out. But I think this was first, wasn't it?
I don't remember which one came out first, but it was the same year, and Scream was the big one.
Yeah, it was slightly bigger, I would say.
But yeah,
This
it did help.
one-
I mean, I Know What You Did Last Summer was the year after, 97, so it just kind of opened the floodgates, or helped open it.
Let's see. When did Scream come out? Because this one
Scream
came
was
out
96. Oh, you're checking
Yeah,
the
but-
actual date.
Yeah, well, this one came out. The Craft came out in May '96. And Scream came out in December. So that tells you that this one came out, and then it seemed like it was like it makes you wonder if this started the trend in Hollywood to start making the movies, because everyone's like, oh, they're making this, and they're like, well, then we should get in on that, and that's why you see
Because that's what Hollywood does.
yeah, it finds a trend that people are going to be in, and then it does that, and I think that's where you're at. So let's see, the Scream. That's a painting. That's a great ass painting. If you don't know what that is, do you know what the Scream is?
Yes, I know what Scream is, dipshit.
The
Really?
Scream, the painting.
Scream, yes.
Okay. Hey, don't look at me.
Wow.
I don't know how cultured you are. So
Yeah,
it made a lot
you
more
do.
money than this movie. That you are right. It made like 170 million.
Mhm.
This movie on a $15 million budget made 55.6. That's really good. That made more than 3 times what it was, and that's in box office. We don't even
Yes.
know the rentals.
That is good. Like, that is way above inheriting $175,000. So it is definitely on a better level than that.
Yeah. And I think, but the thing is, and I will tell you right now, I feel at this moment, which movie would you be more willing to rewatch, this movie or Scream? I think more people rewatch this
Bullshit.
because it has.
Scream.
Tell me why.
Scream.
This is I call it the occult classic. I think people watch this more because it's a little darker. I think this is a dark movie. It's more women empowering. I just think that's why people would go back and watch this more. I just feel that it's more of a classic.
Hold on, though. You're going to say this is more female empowering than Scream?
Well, yeah. This is all women cast. I'm saying more about all together. This is like a female driven movie altogether. There's no big male characters at all in it. It's very female driven.
Nev Campbell dropped a fucking TV on Matthew Lillard's head in Scream.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
Yes, it is, because
I don't think that's a powerful thing to do, but I don't think it's women empowering.
Are you kidding me? Have you watched Scream ever?
Yeah, I think I've watched it once a long time ago. I'm not like super into it like you are. Are you telling me I have to watch this movie?
Shut up.
Like right now? There's like 5 of them.
Shut up.
What the fuck, man?
Well, they're making 5. There's only 4.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be 5
right now. Let's move on, because that argument is horrid.
You don't think that The Craft has a darker or cult status than Scream?
Do I think The Craft? No. You're saying, do I think The Craft is a better watch than Scream? Abso-fucking-lutely not. I love The Craft, but no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm sorry. That's my feelings. I can't.
We've talked about this. We have talked about this before. Sometimes you need to keep your feelings to yourself. I'm not having that discussion again. Okay. Anyways, so the Big K performance or part of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm actually, to me, it's the one thing that stands out is what we just talked about a little bit ago before our whole fucking Scream diatribe. The guy with the snake.
Do you think that? I thought maybe it'd come back up.
I'm like, what?
It's pointless.
What's it doing here? And it just doesn't really make sense. And it's putting that in so somebody can get hit by the car that's threatening her. Like, it's stupid. Do something else.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it felt a little forced. That's why that's what I was going to say. It felt a little forced. Like it purely was there, literally to just kill the guy so they could feel like they made him get hit. Well, we don't know if he's dead, but definitely made him get hit by a car. So I really don't. I don't know what his point was, because beyond that, because you feel, and that's strange. Like you feel when you see this guy early in the movie do this, and then you see him again on the street, you're like, oh, well, this guy must,
there's something
maybe
going on.
He's going to be some sort of spiritual Sherpa guy who's going to come in and be like, I see what you're doing, and like kind of gives them a warning. No, didn't even get that. Just got fucking hit by a car.
It's like, yeah.
it's like nope, that's not it at all. And you know what? That's funny. We're talking about this type of scene. Is that Empire Records? Remember, I told you how when you watch the trailer, they had the fucking lady that comes in after hours who isn't really in it, but she has that big speech, and that's what you see in the trailer, and you feel like she's going to be something in the movie. No, not a fucking thing. Same thing with this guy. In there, looks like he's going to be important. Hit by a car.
Yep.
Not a problem. Just gone.
Still really don't understand what he was doing there. Who sent him? Why? What the hell?
I agree.
Yeah.
He didn't need to. He didn't need to be there at all. That's what I agree with. Now, that being said, I have my low point, or my big K, pardon me, cola moment. My generic cola moment. Actually, it's actually one of my positives was one of these, and that is Fairuza Balk is also my generic performance. Meaning, while she plays crazy well, sometimes she overplays crazy. And I think that's sometimes I feel like she's she gets up to a point, and then sometimes she takes it just that little too far. And I like that she's good at that, but she just goes a little too far for me sometimes. I think she can overplay crazy as well as she can play crazy.
Okay.
I don't know if you felt like that. It just felt like sometimes
crazy's crazy, and she was crazy.
Yeah, but not me.
I don't even know if she was acting sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe that's what makes me uncomfortable, that I feel like it's too crazy because it feels too real. Maybe that's it. But no, I just feel that sometimes it's a little too much. It's like, you have it at 100 when it should be in this scene maybe at an 80. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I get when they're at the end, and she's
at the end, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
She wigs out
when she rushes at her with everything. It's like, trying to beat on her and all that stuff. That is at the right level of crazy for that moment.
She wigs out like Christina Taylor did at the party.
Yes, she did. She does.
Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Like,
now here's a question. Do you think that her hair comes back because she's starting to be nice? And is the spells? Yeah, it makes me wonder.
Yeah, the spells are done at that point with no power. But I don't know though. Well, no, they are, because that's gone, because the spells, they can't do magic anymore, and that's why at the end, Neve Campbell's wearing clothes up to her neck.
Oh,
she's totally covered. Remember, she's got long sleeves and everything.
Because she was using an illusion spell, not.
She can't flaunt them anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry for ruining your vision of that.
And they're like, hey, you can't do magic, right? And like, she calls on the fucking darkest clouds. Yeah, I can't. Go fuck yourself. It's like, yeah, whatever. That's kind of what
tree down right by you.
That was a your move, bitch. Type of move. But no, yeah, she definitely. You're right. I guess that's why I wondered, like, what happened to these people. Obviously, Skeet Ulrich's character Chris got the worst.
Yes,
he's dead,
and the snake guy.
And the snake guy got the worst. Yeah, some people. There was a couple deaths in there, and while he was a piece of shit, that guy who lived at Nancy's trailer with his mom, he got killed just to give her money.
Yeah.
So, and you wonder.
Yeah, but he was an asshole.
You wonder though. You know how they said that what you ask for comes back to you threefold. Right. Does this Manon, this nature, whatever it is that does all this, Manon, is that what it is?
No,
it's Manon. I don't know how you say it. But when he
You just
does he
watched the
know?
movie. What do you mean you don't know how they say it?
They say Manon, I thought.
No, I think it's Mano.
Okay, whatever. Fuck it.
Anyway,
Doesn't matter. Does it? It doesn't really matter what I'm about to say.
Let's just do a new fucking movie. We're changing the names of everybody.
Yeah, well, let's do a fucking movie. It's called The Somewhat Crafty. And the does this thing know that guy isn't important to her? Does it know that it killed somebody insignificant, or does it feel like it killed a loved one because it lives with them? So that's part of the threefold coming back. But really, you lost some guy you really don't care about. I don't know how that works. Like, does it just pick someone close to you and go, oh, well, we're going to kill that one and give you $175,000? It just happened to miss the mother, Like, I don't know.
What do you mean miss the mother? She didn't want the mother dead.
Yeah, but we don't.
It's her spell.
But she just asked for money and power. The universe decided how she got it.
No,
right?
It didn't.
Yes, it did. The universe killed the guy and gave her the money.
Bitch,
and then
witchcraft killed the guy.
Yeah, but but the way it works is you ask this man and guy to do this, the universe to do this, and then it does it, but then somehow affects you threefold. I'm saying that maybe the universe thought that since this guy lived with her was important, yeah, they gave her $175,000, but they took away someone important to her. It just happened not to kill the mother to do it. It killed this other guy who's a piece of shit.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't somebody important to her, though.
Well, yeah, that we know, we don't know how long they've lived there, and we don't know how important he is to supplying the family money and taking care of them. We don't know that. So yeah, we don't know if the guy was important to her because, like I said, I feel that the universe could have killed her mother to give her that money, but it chose that guy. I don't think it was pointed. Maybe the universe saw him as a piece of shit and did it for her that way, but we really don't know.
No, because it comes back at you threefold, but I think that's after the fact. So I don't think that's something that would have happened right away. Anyways.
So what came back at her threefold? Do you think it's
she's in a fucking mental hospital?
Well, yeah, there's that. yeah. And there's some deleted scenes or something, I guess, out there where Sarah visits her to try and get her better, help her get better. But I'm glad they deleted that because honestly,
nope, leave her there.
Yeah, she needs to suffer where she's at, and that's just about how it is. So we've gone over our low points, gone over our high points. We've done pretty much everything. I don't think we have any real disagreements over this movie, so I don't know if there's anything necessary to have the fizz fight. I don't think it's necessary. But I do have a question for you.
I think we had some disagreements, but
like what?
Huh? We just sat there and disagreed for 10 minutes about threefold and who's getting killed and why and who should have.
Are you wanting to fight over that?
I don't know, because I'll fucking fizz fight you over Scream versus The Craft.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Why?
I have to watch Scream again. I have to watch it again. It's been years. I just know that, well, from my own experience, I know that I've watched The Craft and I haven't watched Scream. Okay. And I know with my wife, she would be more apt to watch The Craft than Scream.
Okay, prove my point more then.
What do you mean?
You already said.
My wife has bad taste in movies? Is that what you're saying?
Right now, yes. With that, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
well, she also watched that fucking Hallmark Shoes movie too, right?
Oh, don't even. Yeah, that video is still up on our YouTube channel. So if you get a chance, you can go over to Skip the Line Media. Just type that in YouTube. We're the only one, and you will see our Christmas movie songs. Is it the song one, like the worst Christmas songs of all time? And the song that came from that movie is just, priceless but awful at the same time.
But, like that's maybe the worst song of all time overall.
It could be. It could be.
Anyways,
it's in the running.
So okay, enough tangent.
So let's say, would you go out and buy this again, or go out and watch this again? Would you pop open a case of The Craft again? Would you go out and do this?
No, because I own it. I don't have to go out and get it.
No, but if you didn't own it, would you seek it out and say, I've got to watch this?
I'm gonna say I actually just not that long ago, before we even just decided to do this episode, I'd already watched it because it was on HBO or something. So yeah, I'd watch it.
So you would, okay. See, I sought it out just because you said you wanted to do this as a part of this. This isn't
So,
something that
This isn't your wheelhouse?
it's not my wheelhouse.
Right.
That being said, I would be more apt to seek this out than Scream. But,
All right,
but
fist fight, bitch.
I have nothing to say that would be very relevant. You'd win.
No, you have nothing to say that would prove your point.
You're right.
So okay, that is our first and fastest fist fight ever because
I lost before it started.
that was a Tyson fight right there.
I got the 13-second knockout.
Yep.
But no, I would rewatch it. But I don't know if I'd seek it out. I think if my wife said, "Hey, let's watch a movie," and it's October time of year, and I wanted to find something she'd like, I think I'd pick this. Because I think that she would enjoy watching it, and since I can moderately enjoy it, and I can, and I know a lot of facts now about it, makes it more interesting for me. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I would say with those movies out at that time, I would rewatch Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer before The Craft.
They were the bigger hits, though.
Those were the ones, but Craft, good movie. Have the movie, have the soundtrack. So yes.
That's the thing. The soundtrack, like we were saying, I think when we go through these movies that we're talking about around that time period, it's going to be a common theme that the soundtracks are as big a hits as the movies, or even bigger in some cases. So that's very, very strange.
That's how you sell the movie.
Back then, you couldn't sell a soundtrack to save your life. I mean, just wouldn't happen. No one's buying. They get it free somehow, some BitTorrent somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all we have. Is there anything that you have that you want to say? Any final thoughts that you want to put out there into the universe?
You are a dum-dum.
All right, I give that. I'll give you that.
I learned that more every day, but today a couple times really drove that point home. Other than that, no, I'm good.
Okay. Well, we do have social medias that people can follow. We have an Instagram. It's just Mike and Anthony. We do have a Twitter, which is Mike and Anthony's with an S at the end. It's plural. What else do we have? I can't even remember. We have a Facebook page, the Mike and Anthony Soda Pop Culture Club. So you have all these things that you can look for. You can go socialize the medias and let us know what you think, because we definitely like ideas. So if you have ideas, if you want to tell us how bad we are, how good we are, we're more than happy to hear it. What about you?
Yeah, I got a guy with a sandwich board working for me with our links too. So just look for him, everybody outside. You can find all of our social media links there.
Oh, you mean when you said sandwich board? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
You'll find him.
Now I know what it is.
You'll find him.
I'm hungry now. I want a fucking sandwich. Where's this fucking sandwich? Damn. Anyways, so we're gonna let you go, and this has been fun. Until the next time on Ethan Embryo. Do you want to tell them what the next one is?
The next one we're going to tackle. Do you want to do a drum roll? I'm not going to tell you.
Fuck off. Okay. We'll see you next time. Or let's talk to you next time.
Peace out.